CDM, what number it has got to fucking there. Okay, that's there, yeah. Multi. Center back, no, press hard. Go for both. Press hard. That's good.
Runner. Wait. Tabru, little bit inside. Inside, Tabru. Inside, go andara. Forward. Forward, dekho. Sida, forward. Goalkeeper range. You can act, Sida.
Admit Kodagu.
Jackie, inside, please go back to the job. Man, now you know the range. Now you saw what you wanted. Exactly, same thing. Yes, so you just us. You were just a little bit, but you get that ball now.
Second ball.
Yes, let's go. Check. Right back. Right back. There we go. Back here. 73 Surya. Kodagu पीछे. Kodagu ready. Back, don't lose your man. Kodagu.
On your position back, cover from the defensive midfielder.
A goalless start to the game as we are about to finish the season on a high. What a season this has been for Kodagu. Breaking it, pushing their limit. A victory will seal their number two position. Can they take this opportunity? Is the question. Attacking from right to left of your screen in red and white are Bengaluru Football Club, and attacking from left to right of your screen in sky blues are Kodagu FC. Bengaluru FC champions in the 23-24 edition. Not had the greatest season, but they're still up there in fourth position right now. The highest they will finish is fourth, even if they get a win today. But for Kodagu, they have the incentive to finish as the runners up, courtesy of their superior goal difference. If not for the two uncharacteristic losses, Kodagu FC, the highest scorers in the league, would have comfortably been in this league for the first time ever. Attempting to find their 52nd goal of the season, but not so easy yet. Bengaluru FC are not goal shy either. They have scored 43 goals. That is the joint second best in the tournament. Alongside Kickstart, the defending champions. Now attacking down the left flank of Bengaluru FC. From the right side, Rohan is the target inside the box. Just a stunning counter from Kodagu. Way to go. One striker waits for support, sends the cross. The goalkeeper spilt it the first time, but luckily Surat Singh makes sure that he gets the save eventually. Some rotation in both the sides. This is the final game of the season. The coach is opting to rotate and give minutes to everyone. Loose ball. Bangalore trying to hold the ball up inside the opposition territory. Now spread towards the edge of the box. Shot from distance. The goalkeeper, Abhijit Subha, will happily let it fly out. Bengaluru trying to patiently build up from the back. That's a superb pass out wide to Adil. Well, it is Bengaluru dictating the early proceedings in the game. Kodagu thought they won the ball, but the referee, not in their favor, calls a foul and a free kick to Bengaluru. It's pretty much a one-man show there as Ronix shepherds the ball to his goalkeeper. Move alive, tightly on the right flank. Into the box, the goalkeeper is their favorite, and Abhijit Subba does it with minimal fuss. Give and go in the middle of the park. Bengaluru FC finding life a little bit too easy. Probably a time for wake-up call for Kodagu. Bengaluru not in a hurry to restart the game. Of course, they're set to finish fourth. A win, a draw, a defeat doesn't matter. They're just playing this game for fun and pride while also providing minutes to the fringe players. A turnover in possession there. Kodagu get their hands on the ball. It's going to be a long throw in that has been pretty much the norm in Europe. Flick towards goal and a loose ball could be pounced by the goalkeeper. Suraj Singh making the necessary save. It was a crucial block the first time. The rebound fell kindly as well. But Suraj was determined not to be beaten there. Huge chance going missing there for Kodagu. Here is Rohan trying to play the striker through, but Shamnad cannot get there. A free shot on goal. And now giving the ball away. Here is Shamnad. Moves away from the challenges, but his strike will only win a corner. That was a lucky escape for Kodagu. They just got away with one, and then they only went ahead and put themselves in more trouble by giving the ball away cheaply. Shamnad, yet again, shooting a firing blank. A warning sign instead of the actual goal there from the number 22 of Bengaluru FC. An out swinging corner. Couple of awkward bounces in the box. The defense gets a hang of it, but Bengaluru can relaunch it. Out on the left flank now with Ronex. Offers the support yet with the cross. Will go in from a different source, but the outcome of it is Abhijit Subba collecting the ball with ease. The goalkeeper comes a long way out of his box, and that's the first yellow of the day. The defender just doing enough to concede a throw in and nothing else for his side, saving the day there temporarily. But Bengaluru will come again. That's a team cross from Rohan. He was hopeful of someone getting on the end of it, but the goalkeeper did well. The defender was about to clear his lines just when the goalkeeper gave a loud and clear call. Now, under pressure, the striker gets his shot out. The angle was against him. That was the only possible outcome. Well, look at a jet heel run there brilliantly. Gets the ball at fullback, then make sure he gets all the way over there. Soham making his way into the box, but Rohan will opt for the cross. Well, I believe the underlapping fullback was the better option. He has presented himself in a great position way back to their own half. Chip towards the opposition box that I believe the defender probably wantedly missed it, knowing that the ball was going out, and his goalkeeper Abhijit had it covered. Grasp. The final third deliveries have to be better than that, and here are Kodagu on a quick counter. Options on left and through the middle. He will seek the left winger. Shows great foot, skips away from challenges, put it on a plate for his striker, but the defender reads the day well enough as Ashik gets it away. Now that's the sort of threat Kodagu can play. Bengaluru failing to clear their lines properly, but this time the tame cross allows the opposition keeper to make the claim. Now a move in the making on the right. A couple of red shirts, free and available on the edge of the box, but Bengaluru cannot find them instantly. Clever there. Instead of the usual cross, trying something different from that sort of range, trying to slip in a through ball. But the fullback was alert to it as well. Shreyas dropping deeper to offer some support in build-up. He wants the ball back, but it's not going to get there. It's going to be a turnover and a great opportunity. Can he go across the face of the goal? That is a brilliant finish. What a finish that is. I want it to beat Surat Singh. And he offers his prayers. Grateful for that finish and goal. There we have the opener. It's Kodagu FC 1, Bengaluru FC 0. A fantastic finish. That's a finish any striker would be proud of. Lal Cross, Mavia. plenty of venom. He packed the shot with venom. Well, when the angle is against you, the only thing you can go is for power. And with that power, Suraj Singh probably needed an extra pair of gloves and hands to prevent it from going in. Well, slightly, we have to say that it has come against the run of play, but Kodagu have taken the lead. The highest scoring side in the tournament. Add one more, and as things stand, are set to finish in second place ahead of Bengaluru United as the runners-up of the KSFA Super Division League. Well, if you told them at the beginning of the season, I'd pretty much tell you they would have taken it. Of course, they didn't go to the title race on the final day. Of course, they haven't pushed Kickstart FC all the way like Bengaluru United did. But it is what it is. It is a game of numbers. And Bengaluru United's massive drop of points in the final few game weeks is well compounded by Kodagu to emerge as the runners-up. But history will remember this title race differently between Bengaluru United and Kickstart, where it went to the final day, and it could be two. How is that not two? A lapse in concentration from the defender, Lal unable to pounce on it. After the goal, Kodagu playing with a bit of swagger, tearing up Bengaluru with ease. Just the confirmation, Lal cross, Movia in the 25th minute, midway through the first half, giving the goods for Kodagu as they open the scoring. And from this deep free kick, they are hopeful of getting another goal, aren't they? Plenty of power in it. Kept alive at the far post. The ball will sail over and out. As the referee calls a cooling break. What a start to the game for all the attacking Bengaluru FC did. It is Kodagu FC that have taken the lead just a couple of minutes before the cooling break. See you on the other side of this mini break. Well, more often than not, after a little cooling break, there will be, and that might result in some chaos and goals eventually. Here is a mini opening. As Suraj Singh dangled himself outside the box for a while before lashing out a weird clearance there. Bangsal finding the pass to his centre-back partner. The midfield of Kodagu almost pinched the ball away. Bengaluru on the front foot, this time in the hunt for the equalizer after their attempts to take the lead failed. A couple of shots were there from Shamnad. They were not enough to open the scoring. Now they have forced the issue for the equalizer. There is another futile cross. Well, something, and for some reason, the referee walks to the sidelines on the word of the assistant referee of the fourth official and issues a red card. Could you believe it? Well, we haven't seen scenes like this in a long. Well, back after that intense and steamed movement between the refereeing team and the coaching staff was still intrigued that what has happened that forced the referee to issue a red card to a staff member. Another long throw in. That, not so long, they tried something innovative, tried to pass it to a player in space, Kodagu, and that's a long shot from distance, but the keeper will be happy with that. The build up from Bengaluru taking a lot of time. It's been their centre backs exchanging passes, not getting the midfield into action. The plan of action has to be better than that. Now that's going to be a tall race between the striker and the defender. The defender wins it courtesy of a foul from the striker there. Once again, great pressure from the striker. Abhijit Subba thought of taking a touch or two extra, but beaming in like a marching soldier, he didn't give the keeper a chance. Rishi producing the goods this time for Bengaluru. Once again, Bengaluru's build up, taking all the time, all the good time they've got in the hunt for this equalizer as we approach the 40-minute mark, 5 minutes away from halftime. Intense tussle between the pair. It only results in a back pass to the defense. Looking to switch the play, but Bungson seeks Surat's support. That long ball nearly got some in the attack interested. Surely Rohan was aiming to run onto that. Now, despite getting fouled, he managed to find a pass as referee plays advantage. Can Bengaluru FC take real advantage of this? That's a loose touch from Rohan. And Kodagu are not wasting any opportunity to take a long throw. I believe it's just an attempt to run down the clock. There's absolutely no need to be taking long throws from that sort of range. They could have taken off their lead before halftime. Headed back into the box. Gets on the end of it, but the defensive blockade will cover it for now. That's a great cross back in. Just out for a goal kick. Chops onto his right foot. Can he fire a shot? But Rohan is well marshaled by the defense of Kodagu. Have to clear their lines now under pressure. But somehow they managed to turn pressure into good pressure. Ultimately, Bengaluru end up winning the ball. Goalkeeper trying to go long. Well, that has been kind of a problem for Bengaluru. The build-up has been coming all from the back. Either the back line firing long passes or the goalkeeper himself. The midfield has to do better. We have seen very little from Arbaj and Adil, the wide men, not providing enough support in attack. One, two at the edge of the box. Defense alert to get it away. Again, Abhijit alert to sweep the danger. It's 1v4, but somehow that's a great run. Can he have a shot at the end of it? Have some good numbers in the box. There's a cross, but Rishi cannot get his head on the end of it. That was potentially the best move from Bengaluru. It all started with a fabulous run from Soham. Brought his co-forwards into attack. And as we enter the extra time of the first half, Abhijit Subba's dramatic dive welcomes us. Three minutes of added time there. Couple of injuries in the early part of the game, and the enforced cooling break, of course, leading to 180 seconds. Once again, they had to be sure. Rishi was threatening the fullback and the goalkeeper at once, but calm heads there from the defender, simply heading it back into the goalkeeper. Look at the strength there, but the bite back tackle is not any less as well. Ashik showing great determination for his side as Bengaluru somehow keep the ball after all the challenges on that right flank. Needs something tangible yet again. Well, they've been having plenty of possession in those ranges, but it is not resulting into anything fruitful. The box entries, the number of passes into the box have been awfully low for this Bengaluru FC side. They're not able to break down that sky blue shell that has been dominating the middle with a mid block. And just like in the script, Suraj Singh's long ball easily taken away by Kodagu, who will now have a free kick courtesy of a foul. Towards the box, defense gets it away. A second goal now would be probably too costly. They still have the ball. A chance to play it in. Goes onto his right, teases defenders. Loses his footing at the crucial moment there. Well, all that good move and no shot on the end of it. Perhaps one final move. But the referee brings the half to a close. It had to be a forward pass there. Bengaluru FC play safe. and the first half ends like that. Bengaluru FC started the game well, ended the game well, but the only thing that was missing is the most important stat in football that matters. They have failed to score, and that is what their opponents exactly did. Lal Cross Mavia had a chance in the box, showed exactly what a striker is all about, went for power, powered it past Suraj Singh in the 25th minute as Kodagu FC take a one-goal lead into the break. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with exciting football for one final time in the KSFA Super Division League this edition. The players are back out in the second half for one final time as we get things rolling. Attacking from right to left of your screen in sky blue are Kodagu FC with the lead, and potentially we're looking at the runners up, and they could have gone 2-0 up just like that. Just moments after restart. And then chasing the game from left to right of your screen in red and white are Bengaluru FC. Well, by the way the things are going, Kodagu could pretty much run out of sight here, and they have a free kick just on the edge of the box. It's going to be a terrific opportunity for them. I think the player is thinking a yard further inside, perhaps, and we're looking at the runner-ups to be in Kodagu FC with a win under their belt. They will finish as the second place team. Well, I'd like to see him go for goal from that sort of range. It is possible. Sudhakar has got a good left foot, but he decides to swing it in for his attackers, who fail to get any sort of contact on it. But it will be a throw in for his side. Well, no luxury of moving the ad boards forward as Kodagu launch a throw in into the box. A couple of defensive headers later, Bengaluru FC have a promising break on the hands. It's a 2 versus 3. Rohan. Well, he only had his man to beat. That is pretty disappointing from the winger. I think he knows it himself. It was a very promising situation, but he ends up completely destroying the momentum there. I believe the halftime team talk 15 minutes would have centered pretty much around how they could build up efficiently. And this is a great move. The shot, the goalkeeper had it covered. And no is the answer. It is the equalizer from Bengaluru FC. Well, Abhijit Subha pretty much doesn't cover himself in glory. That was a speculative effort. That was probably even a cross, you could say. But what matters is the ball sails into the back of the net as Bengaluru FC find the equalizer within 4 minutes of restart. That was all I was about to talk. The build-up has to be better from Bengaluru. They have to use their passes into the middle channels, and that was a similar pass that carved open Kodagu's defense. On that right half space, a cute little ball to release the valve for not padding it strong enough. I mean, at this level, you just can't fingertip a ball into your own net. If they manage to drop 2 points, you could say Bengaluru have a worthy equalizer. They have been trying. They have been the better side in the game, except for the goal they conceded. And when they sorted their attack, this is the first thing that happens. Well, my gut feeling certainly tells there are more goals in this contest. There are plenty more goals for sure. We are not done at 1-1 at the 50-minute mark. Now that's a solid tackle. No remorse, no regard there. Goes flying into the player, wins the ball. It's Rohan. Just a minute or so ago, Rohan ran into a defender on a promising 2v3 situation, but that type of asking, he had the finish in his locker room. Well, Bengaluru trying their own long throw, but the run up is pretty short there. I think it's refreshing in a world where we are moving towards set pieces, producing a lot of goals, seeing goals flow from open play, especially the young minds getting tuned to the concept of open play goals and nothing else. Meanwhile, that cross was well claimed by Abhijit. Of course, when you're at fault for a goal, the next few moments, the next few saves become all the more important because your confidence would be low. If you manage to find confidence and make those saves, you will bounce back much quicker. Look at support arriving in troves. That could be a risksome challenge, but the defender manages to win the ball cleanly. I think this is the confidence that the goal has given Bengaluru FC. They are attacking much better. Perhaps the halftime team talk had the desired effect from the coach. Rohan wants it back from Ashik. They win the ball back on the edge of the box. A curler almost into the back of the net. What a goal that could have been. Simply superb. Lovely football from Bengaluru FC in the second half. I think Kodagu are a bit rattled by what has happened. You could see they're trying to slow down the game. The introduction of Soham off the bench has been very fruitful for Bengaluru FC in that halftime. Here he is, Soham had the ball pinched off his feet. Now that's a fantastic through ball. The defender cannot get there on time. Well, we thought he had enough pace to get on. Is a fantastic effort from the substitutes of Bengaluru FC so far in the first half. Kodagu yet to reply. Yet to have a positive movement in the second half. The midfield carrying the ball. Much better from Bengaluru. Trying to beat the fullback with skill, and that's a short turn on target from Kelvin. Fantastically saved by Abhijit Subba. Now, Bengaluru are not knocking on the door, they are pounding on it with all the force in the world. to get that second goal. Now you'll be wondering, where did this team go in the first half? What a thunderous change after a couple of substitutions and a team talk. The outswinger will drop towards the right flank for Bengaluru as they keep the ball in. Here is Ashik. Abhijit not wasting any time as he fires a pinpoint long ball. The outside of the foot cross. What a cross that is, at the finish is lacking. Well, that could have been one of the goals of the tournament had that gone in. What a beautiful move. How simple that was. The goalkeeper Abhijit hitting a fantastic pinpoint long ball forward. And then the audacity from the striker to play an outside of the boot through pass, outside of the boot cross into the box. Striker took it first time. The goalkeeper was rooted to the spot. A finish towards the far post could have easily made it 2-1 to Kodagu again, but instead they have a defend this free kick. Clever free kick taken towards the right flank. And there's the cross in, punched away by the goalkeeper, Rohan. The goal scorer trying to cause some more mischief, appeals for a free kick, and it is on the edge of the box yet again. The referee brandishing a yellow card. I think the game has completely shifted on its head. It's going to be that way. Bengaluru FC missed their shooting boots in the first half. They were the better side, and now they've realized it. They're acting like it. Look at the pressure they're putting on Kodagu's goal. This is certainly a distance from which they could score. Arbash, the left footer, will be the favorite for this. But it's going to be a right footed take. The wall does its job. Not the best free kick in the world from Kelvin. Striker tried to place it but didn't get any elevation on it as the ball crashed into the wall. The second half, they've been trying to play through the middle, the midfielders demanding the ball more. It's not random long balls being kicked by the goalkeeper and the centre backs. It is a structured possession play from Bengaluru that's been doing them a world of good. Rohan trying to put Kelvin in the spot at the right moment there. Chance to go for goal now. The block takes it away from him. Kodagu emerge forward on a rare momentum there. The defender acrobatically cutting the ball out. All the pressure in the world on Kodagu. Now, Rohan inside the box. Look at the time and space they're having to find passes and runners. Kodagu, it's a structural collapse from them in the second half. Somehow, well, these were the kind of defeats that put them out of the title race. And as we head into the final quarter of the season, they should just try to be a little proactive. Probably the concentration levels dropped. They got tired towards the wrong time. Now, everything they do is clever. From the short corner to this free kick, which could pretty much earn them a goal. Perhaps he was offside. This time, the 1v1, he had to do better than that. Rohan, it could have been easily his second goal, but he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Kodagu trying to hit on the counter, getting completely switched, flipped. Player receiving treatment as well before he takes the free kick. Sudhakar. Not in his top five free kicks, that one certainly. Well, the goalkeeper misses it, and the defender just made sure that he got something on it at the edge of the box. Defense giving their everything. Once again, dangerous crosses incoming from Bengaluru FC from either side. Under pressure. He will be hopeful that it is a goal kick, and it is well shielded there. That's a meaty tackle there. Gets it on spot. More substitutions, three of them for Kodagu. As we enter the final 20 minutes of the game, it is now or never time for them to clinch that second spot, which is pretty much up for the grabs with a win. Mohammad Unes enters the field, a forward known for his pace and goals, alongside Michael Singh and Sachin Karnan. Sending it down the right wing. Kodagu will win a corner this time. For one final cooling break this season, the season comes to a close in 25-26. Plenty of talent unearthed, plenty of seniors getting their form back, and plenty of Kickstart FC who made history by winning their first ever league title. And talk about the lessons that are learned by the youngsters. So many youngsters got chances and they're getting better with every minute played, with every mistake under the belt. They're only using it to grow better. From this cooling break, which side will come out and be emerge victorious as we are into the final quarter of an hour? Kodagu trying to get in behind the defense. Tries to nutmeg the defender, but he was having none of it as Bengaluru advanced down the right flank, only for the ball to be pinched away. Keeping the ball alive on the left. A decent amount of crowd gathering to catch the final minutes of the season as Bengaluru FC go in forward in search of a winner. away from the hurdles. Here is a positive dribble. Here's a positive drive to score the winner there. Well, the way the things are going, I think Kodagu FC will be happy to take a draw and finish third, because right now they're being pressed and pressed relentlessly. A draw is better than a defeat, you know. Trying to create something out of pressure in this attack. The ball runs out of play. Ashik finds the pass inwards towards Shreyas. Looking to play the 1-2. It doesn't come off, but ultimately Bengaluru keep the ball. Well, we have rarely seen Kodagu attack in the final half of the season. It's been all BFC's way, and they have a corner now. Fence clears it. They have an unlikely situation that could be a dangerous foul there. Is it going to be a yellow? Certain yellow, that is. But probably had the striker gotten it trapped, it could have been running through on goal with the entire opposition pitch to run at. The ball will almost drop kindly for him, but the defender is alert as well. Action. That is the trajectory of this throw-in. Kodagu hoping for a positive outcome. I believe a corner will be a positive enough one for them. Plenty of power, but headed back into a profitable area for them. The goalkeeper was alert and probably had to be the area of uncertainty. The defender winning the contact, but not enough on it to beat the goalkeeper. Bengaluru FC have done all the hard work. Can there be another goal against run of play late in the game? All the time in the world to get every run to perfection. And that's a decent ball as well. Once again, the same tactic, but the header from the far post was not towards the destined direction. It was never going to be on goal. It was supposed to be aimed towards that penalty area and the 6-yard box. Another corner. Set piece after set, not changing it up. They're confident that it's going to work, but it sadly did not materialize. Abhijit gets the ball as far away from his goal as possible, but it might come straight back to him. The injuries will be taken into account heading into the final minute of the regular season. And there ends the disappointing move with a corner. Somehow the referee points it towards the corner flag. Well, another one of the deliver to the far post and hope for some chaos moment, isn't it? For Kodagu. As things stand, these sides are set to finish third and fourth in the table. Decent delivery, but no one able to get their head on it. Kodagu get the cross in, rises the highest, but the goalkeeper makes a fine save. Surat Singh, perhaps the telling contribution, the best contribution from him. Alive as we enter added time. 5 minutes of it, says the referee. Kodagu with the counter. Now that one pass could have just ruined the momentum, but they're still hopeful of going forward. taking their time to restart the game. Late on, he needed to be clear there, and that was better from him. Kodagu on the break, overlapping support on the right. Can there be a better cross? But that was not the best in the world. That was absolutely terrible as the move comes to a crashing end. Time running out quickly for either side to find a winner. From a decent position, manages to squeeze it towards the right. And could this be the winner? Ashik couldn't find the finish there. Well, he should have gone for goal. Well, he had it on a plate. Ashik had the chance to win the game. I believe that he had to go for goal. Perhaps he was not confident in himself finding the finish, tried to play it across the face of the goal, hoping for someone like Kelvin to get there. But it should have been Ashik's goal that sealed the result. With time running out. Final minute of injury time. Not much to play beyond these 60 seconds, I assume. And that could be it. And that is it. Could you believe it? In the 95th minute, Kelvin wins it for Bengaluru FC. That has been coming. And that finally arrives. A ball over the top. The goalkeeper in a spot of concern. And the substitute, Kelvin, wins the game for Bengaluru FC. Well, they have been the deserved winners. They have been pounding so hard for that go-ahead goal after equalizing early on. Day. It was a false restart. The referee allows Kodagu to take one more, but they will be disappointed. They had a chance to finish the season as runners-up, but here they are finishing in third spot with 39 points as Bengaluru FC confirm their status as the fourth place holders with 38 points, and the season comes to a close. What a terrific season of football this has been. The KSFA Super Division League and a touch of class from Kelvin to finish off the season. The late winner, a well taken finish. Finally, they gather enough strength to beat Kodagu FC. They have been one of the stories of the season, but a third loss on the final match day will restrict them to a third position. They could have finished as runners up had they won this, but Bengaluru FC from the start to the end, full of intent, full of surprise, and a late goal to thrill the audiences. The neutrals got their money's worth, the fans got their money's worth. Well, except ball comes to a close. It has been a celebration, this league. Super Division League, plenty of opportunities, plenty of promise. We will be back with more content, with more chances, with more superstars ready to win you over. What a pleasure it has been bringing this great tournament to you. For one final time this season, it ends Kodagu FC 1, Bengaluru FC 2. Goals from Kelvin and Rohan winning the clash for Bengaluru FC as they turn things around. Stay tuned. There will be plenty of action. There will be plenty of promise coming your way.